What's up, EV Clan? Alex Espion here, and welcome back to the next episode of the Pokemon Gold Randomizer Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we were going down this route right here that we are currently on, and if you watched the last episode, you may have noticed that this trainer has moved from where she was, if you watched these videos back to back. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't have picked up on that small detail, but if you're watching them back to back, then you might have. And that's because in between episodes, and by in between episodes, I mean like in the 10 seconds before ending that last recording and starting this one, I went into this door, then realized I wasn't recording, and then went back out of that door. And that's why she is no longer over there, and now back over here, because she, like, respawned back where she originally was. Because obviously she had to move. Obviously she had to move in order to get to where I was so that she could challenge me. But then once you leave the area, like trainers that move to challenge you, move back to where they were. At least in this game. I don't know if that's a thing in every game. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I'm pretty sure trainers don't move at all to challenge you. It's just a line of sight thing, and they just straight up like stand where they are. Like they don't even like. In other games, it's a line of sight thing, but they like come towards you after they see you in order to be like really up close to you when you battle. But in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and also I believe Sword and Shield as well, they just see you and they don't walk towards you after they see you. You just battle where you are. Like they don't move. They see you, and then the battle engages, but they don't move towards you after they see you, unlike in previous games. Which I suppose is, makes like animations easier, right? You don't have to like make animations for all those different trainers. I mean, I suppose it would be like mostly the same animation, just copy and paste it onto a bunch of different trainers. But I feel like that's much harder to animate in like 3D than with like the sprites. So I get why they stopped with the like trainers walking up to you, especially with like how graphically intensive Pokemon Sword and Shield are and Scarlet and Violet are compared to like previous games. And I get that they're not all that graphically intensive in the grand scheme of things, but compared to previous Pokemon games, they look a lot more detailed. So, yeah, I can see why. Obviously, they had like 3D trainers moving towards you after they spotted you in like X and Y, and I think Sun and Moon probably as well. But actually, was it Sun and Moon? Actually, I don't think it was in Sun and Moon as well. I don't think it was in Sun and Moon either that trainers moved towards you after seeing you. I think it was just in X and Y that happened. But X and Y, like, I get that was a 3D game where they made that the thing, but they didn't. But that wasn't a very like graphically intensive 3D game, even for Pokemon. That was like 3D, but not very good graphics, not very detailed graphics, so I could see how they did like the trainers walking towards you thing in that, but making animations for trainers walking towards you in future games where graphics are a lot more detailed does sound a lot more complicated, so I can see why they ditched that as a mechanic. Like once they see you, they walk towards you. No, they just like spot you and they stay where they are, but they still battle you. They just battle you where they are. Like that makes sense. It makes sense that they wouldn't walk towards you. It makes enough sense. Like why would they? To the point where, like, it's fine that they ditched it. It's not a needed mechanic, really. Anyway, only trainers who have proven themselves may pass. Oh, the 8 badges of Johto. Please, go right ahead, sir. What does this guy say? What does he do? Off to the Pokemon League, are you? The Elite Four are so strong, it's scary. And they're ready for you. Okay. This way leads to Mount Silver. You'll see scary, strong Pokemon out there. But yeah, like, if you look at a Pokemon battle, the trainer is actually the trainer is always so far away from you, like, they're on the opposite side of the battlefield, you know, like, in Pokemon games, once you get into a battle with someone, they are, like, a considerable they are, like, on the other side of the screen from where you are, you know, like, you go into a trainer battle with someone, like, you as a trainer are like, visibly far away from the other trainer. Like, you're on the opposite side of the screen, clearly on a different, clearly on, like, different levels, you know? Like, one of you is very much closer to the screen than the other. So, like, you are very clearly much farther away from each other than just, like, directly next to each other. So it doesn't really make sense in the first place that they, like, walk towards you when a battle starts, because if you look at a battle, it looks like they walked towards you and then just, like, walked back away. And then just backed away anyway, you know? Like, they walked towards you only to back away anyway, they might as well not have them walk towards you in the first place. Like, it does... Obviously, you notice that the animation isn't there, but it's not a big deal that the animation isn't there, of them walking towards you, because, like, it really never made sense for it to be there in the first place, if you think about it. Skip Plume, this is dupes. This is our encounter, but this is dupes. So let's gauge. Does this strength kill? We can use this to gauge how we should go about catching our next encounter. Skip Plume does not get killed by the strength. So I think we can take that to mean that if we encounter a middle evolution that is of about the same level as Skip Plume, which I didn't actually know what it was, but I'd assume all the Pokemon here are about the same level. So if we encounter a middle evolution here, and that is our encounter, then unless it's like a really frail middle evolution, I would say it probably is the case that they live a hit. They live a strength. Okay. So here's another Weepin' Bell. Our shiny one recently died, but we could get another one if we want to, but I don't want to. So I'm going to instead go for a strength and kill it. And this will reinforce my idea that strength doesn't kill a Pokemon that is a middle evolution in here based on the levels that are in here. And that is correct. That seems to be correct. It seems to have reinforced my thought of that, because the strength did not kill this Weepin' Bell either, and that is another middle evolution here. So that is reinforcing and making me more confident in my assumption. So we've run into two middle evolutions of Pokemon. We've run into two middle evolutions of Pokemon. One of them was dupes. One of them was species. Can we get a middle evolution that was... Oh, okay. Can we get a middle evolution that is, something that is not dupes or species? This is not a middle evolution. This is not a middle evolution, but it is also species. So, this is not something we're catching either, unless the only things we have here are things that are, species or dupes. So, we might be forced to catch something that we already have, or already have a member of its evolution line of, but I would like to avoid that if we can, just for sake of, like, varying the Pokemon that I have. So, I mean, okay, I mentioned in a previous episode how, hold on, but yeah, if we could run into a middle evolution as our encounter, that'd be great, because then I don't have to worry about, like, how much damage we're going to do to it, because we've seen already from middle evolutions that are around the levels that there are in this cave, that Pokemon are in this cave, that they can live a strength from Gligar. So if if the Pokemon we encounter as our encounter is a middle evolution, that just makes things easier for me, because then I have a working gauge for what will kill them and what won't. This is not a middle evolution. However, based off of the fact that the middle evolution, when it was neutral on a middle evolution, it didn't kill. I think if it is not very effective on a stage 1 evolution of the same general level area, then it also should not kill. But am I confident enough in that to go for a strength? Or should I go for a cut? But my worry with going for a cut is that it either 1 won't weaken it enough, or 2 will crit. And a crit definitely will kill. While cut is weaker than strength, a crit cut would probably be stronger than strength and would almost certainly kill. So let's go for strength instead. In case of crits. Yeah. Okay, so that is good. I didn't think about that. Oh my gosh, Juan, you beast! I thought I lost my starter. I really thought I lost my starter. We did lose our encounter, but at least I didn't lose my starter. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You should have seen the way my mouth dropped open. I didn't think about that. I really do not think of Geodude as a Pokemon that has explosion. Or self-destruct. That was self-destruct. Okay, thank goodness that wasn't explosion, because we would have died. But it was only self-destruct. Thank the Lord. Okay. So, who are we switching in now? Let's go for Nina. That is worrying that something on Victory Road here has explosion. Well, not explosion, but self-destruct. That's almost as worrying as explosion. Not as worrying as explosion, because explosion is way more powerful, but it's still worrying. Still absolutely worrying. Do we have something that, like, kills this thing in one shot? That would be great. Because, I would like to not have to deal with constant, Pokemon going for self-destruct as I try to get through this, cave here. Uh-oh, yeah, this thing's gonna go for self-destruct. It's gonna happen again. Yeah. Okay, so these things explode. That's not good. Do they give XP when they explode? Because, I mean, the good thing to do would be to simply run away from them every time we encounter them. But they give XP when they explode. So I kind of want to live life on the edge a little bit and say, well, I want XP. I get that they could kill me quite easily, but I want XP, and we're taking the hits. Also, I now realize that that might not be such a good idea because, we don't have any hyper potions. So if we're taking a lot of damage from the self-destructs, like, yes, we can afford to take a couple of them, especially with a bulky Pokemon like Nina, but we can't afford to heal them, but we can't actually heal them up after they take them. So, we can take them, but can we handle the repercussions of taking them, is my question. Because already Nina is, like, in range of, like, dying from a crit to this Dragonite. Crit from this Dragonite. You know? And that's because they had to take a self-destruct from that Geodude. So maybe just taking self-destructs from Geodude in order to get a little bit of XP is not such a good idea. However, now that I think about it, also, one thing that we could do is we could send in Haunter. Why did I say that with, like, a Brooklyn accent? Haunter. I can't even replicate what I just did. Y'all hear that? Maybe it didn't come through on the mic, but it sounded very, like, Brooklyn, New York to me. That was weird. See, I'm gonna go with the extreme speed, because the Surf is not very effective, and I don't want to be hitting myself with the recoil of submission. Twister is fine. We take those. Honestly, I might have to... Do I have repels? If I have repels, I might use them, just because Victory Road can be a maze, and ordinarily I wouldn't sacrifice so much XP, but if I'm sacrificing XP anyway to run away from Geodudes, I might as well sacrifice all the XP, especially considering that we've been over-leveled this entire game, so I'm not really concerned about our team's level, and we're going to be grinding at the end of Victory Road anyway. So, I mean, might as well, right? Might as well just... What did I say? What was I saying? Might as well just pop a repel if I have one. I don't know if I have one, though. I never buy them, so I doubt I do. I never buy them because I never expect to use them, and I think that I'd like to keep it that way, as long as I play Pokemon, because I think that, if you buy a lot of repels, you really miss out on a lot of XP, and then you end up under-leveled for most of the game, and that's just not good. Like, it feels good to be able to go through a cave, without... Hold on. Does this hole lead me down to, like, a secret spot where I can get a Pokeball or something? It might, because I saw a Pokeball earlier that I could not access, so it might lead me down to that one. I think we run away just fine here. Yeah. And then I think, obviously I don't think he would go for self-destruct to full health. He could have. Actually, I think I've seen Pokemon go for self-destruct to full health, but I think those are trainer Pokemon. Like, I don't think that wild Pokemon are programmed to go for self-destruct to full health. I just don't think that's how wild battles work. Oh, Metal Coat. Okay, that's cool. Not really useful to us because we don't have a Steel type, but, I mean, eventually it could be, maybe. Maybe we get a Steel type. Do we actually not have any Steel types? We might have a Steelix somewhere. I don't know. But, yeah. I think that if you buy a lot of repels, then... I think that repels are kind of like a gateway drug. Like, you buy some, and then you think, like, oh... You buy some, and then you're like, oh, wow, that's so cool, I can walk through the route without encountering any Pokemon. That saves so much time. And then you just, like, wonder, okay, why don't I just buy some more? And then, like, before you know it, you're buying tons of them, and you're equipping them every route, because you don't want to run into anything. And you're like, wow, this is going so much faster. But the downside of that is that you're sacrificing tons of XP, and now your Pokemon are going to be really low-leveled, because you're going you're just, like, walking through all the routes without encountering any of the Pokemon you're supposed to encounter there. And obviously you're only supposed to encounter so many Pokemon on a route. Like, if you're encountering way too many Pokemon on a route, then, like, if you're encountering a lot of Pokemon on a route, then that may be more than the creators of the game intended, at which point, like, yeah, probably a repel makes sense, because they didn't want you to encounter, like, this many. They were just, like, being because then, like, the creators of the game, like, didn't want you to encounter this many. You're just being unlucky and getting, like, getting encounters very often. Or you're just, like, lost on the route and encountering a lot. So in which case, yeah, obviously you want to use Repel for that. But most of the time, like, I feel like you don't want to reuse Repel, because then you're just missing out on XP that the creators of the game intended for you to get. They intended for you to get, like, a certain amount of XP on this route, and if you put a Repel on, like, you're certainly not getting that XP, because then you're skipping all the wild Pokemon that they put there. That they decided, like, have these XP yields in order to give you this amount of XP. And so if you're skipping some of those, or all of those even, then you're not killing those Pokemon and getting those XP yields that they designed that they gave Pokemon there for a reason, you know? They gave the Pokemon there XP yields for, like, certain XP... They gave certain Pokemon certain XP yields for a reason. They gave the Pokemon in this specific spot the XP yield they have for a reason. Because they want you to get that amount of XP when you kill them. And if you're not killing them at all, if you're not getting any XP from them at all because you're not killing them at all, then you're missing out on XP that the game wanted you to get, you know? Like, obviously, trainers give you XP, but the creators of the game, I'm sure, did not intend for you to only get XP from trainers. They expected you to get XP from killing wild Pokemon as well. They expected you to get XP from beating wild Pokemon as well. So, really, I think if you buy a lot of repels, if you buy a couple repels, then that's a gateway drug to you buying more repels, and buying a lot of repels is hurting you in the long run because it's taking away from you XP, because it's causing you to take away from yourself XP that you might need later. That you probably will need later. And then, in the end, you're just going to end up needing to grind more, because you're going to find that your levels are not up to par, because you used all those repels to avoid encounters that you were supposed to be getting and beating for XP. I try not to say killing, because it's not killing, well, it is killing, but it's like, I don't want to say killing, you know? Who wants to say killing? Who wants to say they killed a Pokemon, right? I'm gonna swap the Shucky in case they go for a self-destruct here. Oh, they just go straight for the self-destruct. Okay, that's a good thing that I did that, because while I don't think there's a very high chance that Nidoqueen isn't able to escape when I hit run away. When I hit run, rather. It's not run away, it's just run. Well, I don't think there's a big chance, a very high chance that Nidoqueen can't run away when I hit run. The fact of the matter is, Nidoqueen's pretty slow, so I think there still is a chance. I don't think it's a very high chance because we're so much higher level than the Geodude, but the fact is we're still pretty slow, so I think that there is a chance still. Even if it's not a high one, and I don't want to risk that. So I'd rather just switch into Haunter, and because they're much faster, and thereby, if the thing goes for self-destruct, obviously it doesn't hit us, and then it just kills itself, and we're out of the battle anyway. And if it doesn't, then that might be unfortunate because we might. Oh, Owen's here. Hold it. Are you going to take the Pokemon League challenge? Don't make me laugh. You're so much weaker than I am. I'm not like I was before. I now have the best and strongest Pokemon with me. I'm invincible. Alex, I challenge you! Okay. Edgy-ass boy coming at me. Okay. So he is sending in who as his lead? He's sending in Mantine. We are not well-equipped to deal with this guy right now because our team is looking not good, actually. But whatever, we'll get through. We'll fight our way through. We got this. We got this, team. We can pull out of this. We can find a way out of this. We will. Okay. So this thing has water-type moves it can go for. It's something I did not realize. I was like, oh, we can take hits from a Mantine that's 9 levels below us. Its attack stat isn't that high. Its attack stats aren't that high, I don't think. But I didn't realize, actually, that it is a water type, so that's kind of scary. Oh, wait. Oh, gosh. We might outlive this. Come on, we're 9 levels above. We got this, Okay, okay, good. Good. For a second, I was really concerned. I was like, oh, it just went for agility. It didn't even go for a water type move. It's so stupid. And then I realized, wait, agility speeds up your Pokemon. It's gonna go first. It's gonna go first now. And then I realized too late I was getting hit by a water type move. I realized after I'd already clicked a move saying, oh, we can go for Body Slam now. It went for agility. It's so stupid. It should have just attacked us. I realized a little bit too late that the agility actually helped it to hit us. I mean, it could have... The agility really didn't do anything, but it... Just because it went for agility did not mean it did not get to hit us. So I realized that a little bit too late. I already selected a move, and then I was just like, oh gosh, we have to take a water type move. And, we can. It's fine. As it turns out, it's fine, but we just barely took it. Like, that was a close one. Okay, so now they're swapping in Sandshrew. We're gonna swap in our water-type Pokemon in response to that. Hopefully the rest of their team is just weak to water, and by that I mean hopefully it's not, because that would be not very interesting. I want to win, but I would also like this battle to be interesting, and I will say, so far it's very interesting. But if he just keeps on sending in things that are only weak to water, if he keeps on sending in things that are weak to water, then... If he keeps on sending in only things that are weak to water, then this battle is going to get a lot less interesting pretty fast. So, okay, Jumpluff is not weak to water. In fact, it is super effective against water. So we need to change up our strategy here. We need to go to someone else. We are on our... We got our backs against the wall here. Half our team is about to die. And another member of our team is too low level to be used efficiently. So, in summary, we have 2 Pokemon to work with. We have 2 Pokemon to work with, and a considerable level advantage. Let's hope that that's enough. Okay. But yeah, I didn't think that... So yeah, if we switched in Shucky against the Geodudes, and they went for self-destruct, great, the battle's over, we won. They just killed themselves. But if that wasn't the case, then it would have been kind of bad, potentially, because they are a ground type, so they could have gone for a ground type move, and it could have been super effective. So, either way, if we stayed in with Nina, there was a chance that we couldn't run away because we're too slow, and then they hit us with a self-destruct and we die. If we switched to Shucky, there was a chance they didn't go for self-destruct, and then they went for a ground type move instead, and it was super effective and stab, and we died. Either way, there was some risk to it. But the fact of the matter is, we got out of there, we got past all those Geodudes, we are at the end of the cave now, and now we are fighting with the 2 Pokemon we have remaining. So, ooh, this is bad. This is looking real bad, actually. Can I lick it? Hold on. Actually, I want to go for a Whirlpool here. Because it's using Leech Seed. So it's healing it's healing a little bit every turn. So if we could do a little bit of damage to it every turn in response, that'd be great. I just don't know how many more hits we can take. What do we have? What do we have? Oh, I should have bought more potions. I really should have bought more potions before coming down this route. If only literally any of those Pokeballs that we found gave us healing items. That would have been great. The Revival Herb is great, but it's a Nuzlocke, so I can't really use that. This is not good. This is really not good. Okay. I feel like... Does the Whirlpool just end when we switch out, anyway? I feel like it's not helpful to us at this point, because we're gonna need to switch out soon. I also don't know how much damage this thing is capable of doing. Our speed sharply fell, because of the Cotton Spore. That doesn't really, matter to us at the moment, because we're already outspeeding. This kills, this Nightshade we're about to use kills, but I don't know if this thing kills us with what it's about to use on us. I don't know if it can hit hard enough to kill us here. And if it can't, then it might even hit hard enough to put us in range where in a range where Leech Seed kills us. But if it does that, then we can switch out before the Leech Seed does any damage to us, because it can't Leech Seed us, sapping our health to a Pokemon that is not on the field. So if we kill it, and without it killing us, then we're safe. Okay, it goes for another Cotton Spore, and that's it. That's curtains. Our speed is as low as it can be, but that's fine because it didn't attack us, it didn't hit us. We're good. 2,000 XP to us. That's perfect. A boosted 2,000 XP because it is a traded Pokemon. Boosted XP. That's great. Okay, Owen is sending in Scizor. We only have so many Pokemon left that we can use, unfortunately. I think... Okay, it's a bug type, which is super effective against Geraldine. That's not good. I wonder if Jean... Jean is level 24. That is terrible. But, can a level 24 Flareon... Can a level 24 Fire type beat a Pokemon that is 4 times weak to Fire, that is 14 levels above it? Let's see. Odds are this thing just kills us in one hit. It does not. Okay, Ember. Let's see how much damage this does. I don't think it one-shots, but I think it does good damage. It does not really do all that good damage. Okay. So now someone has to take a slash. Or not. Wait. If it's... If anything would kill, does it just go for a random move? I think that's how it works. Judy and Shucky are both paralyzed. That's awful. So I think we have to go into Judy here, because Shucky, it might go for a slash again, and then Shucky obviously would be immune to that. But, after that, it just outspeeds and kills us, because we're paralyzed. So we need to have a Pokemon with more health, because we know it's going to outspeed. We know it's going to get a hit on us. We know it's going to get a hit on us. So we have to just have a Pokemon that can take a hit out. And currently, maybe it only has Slash, actually. Maybe it was the right move to send in Haunter instead, because then we could have not taken any damage at all. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna bet on it... No, should I do that? I don't think I should do that. Let's use Extreme Speed and just hope we don't get paralyzed. Just don't get hit by Scizor again. Yep, we do an Extreme Speed. And we avoid getting hit by Scizor again because we Extreme Speeded, because we were able to kill it before it hit us again, even though it outspeeded us. Goldeen, that's fine. That's fine, that's dandy. What is the last Pokemon? Perhaps I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but what is the last Pokemon? Can this Goldeen do anything to us that is, like, really devastating? It has Peck, I'm sure. Maybe it doesn't have Peck at this level. Maybe that's not even a possibility anymore, considering how high level it is. Should I Hypnosis it? Do I expect to not be able to kill it quickly? Should I put it to sleep? I think... Okay, Horn Attack, that's fine. I'm guessing it does not have Peck, then it would... because then it would have gone for that, because it sees the super effective move, so it goes for that one. However, I don't know if Horn Attack or Peck would have been worse. Perhaps I wanted it to have Peck, because Horn Attack is much stronger than Peck. But neither one is stabbed, so I think that the super effectiveness would bring the Peck to a higher amount of damage than Horn Attack. I think Horn Attack's like 55 base power, Peck is like 40. So that's 40 with the super effectiveness brings it to 80. So yeah, I think Peck would do more. Miltank is coming in. And how do we deal with that? We deal with that. Oh gosh, our team is really, really not looking good. Do I bet that it can't hit us and go out to Haunter as a result? We're in a really tough spot right now because theoretically we could get swept. If it goes for a good move, we get swept. Because nothing that's at good health outspeeds. And if it hits us with anything that's, like, decent, we're dead. Everyone's at low health, and everyone that's not at really low health does not outspeed. Because the highest Pokemon we have in terms of health, the Pokemon we have that have the highest health, are Paralyzed, Paralyzed, and a freaking Slow King, something with slow in its name. So, this is not looking good. I know that Miltank gets rollout, and if it starts rollouting, that's obviously a huge problem. But what if it doesn't have rollout? What if it's a normal type with only normal type moves? What if this normal type doesn't have anything that can hit Haunter? There's a chance that that's the case. If that is the case, then that's great. I wish we could curse the thing. I wish that we still had curse on this Pokemon. That would be really good if we did. But we don't. I'm wondering if I should go for the Nightshade, or the Nightshade to do damage, or Lick to paralyze it so that we can possibly outspeed it with other Pokemon. I don't know. Rollout? It's going for Rollout. That's not good. That's not good. That's really not good. Really not good. Okay. It doesn't affect Miltank. Why am I doing this? I'm stupid. We need a Lick now. That also doesn't affect. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I was blinded by the idea that it... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. We are going to lose some Mons here. It's an inevitability at this point. We are not looking good. So, we're going to lose some Mons. It's going to happen. This is not good. Okay. Nina? I'm sorry, Nina. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Double kick. You're not gonna kill in one hit. We're not gonna kill it in one hit. It's not happening. But it's too bulky. It's too bulky. We're not gonna kill it in one hit. It's not happening. Okay. Sorry, Nina. Sorry, Nina. You're gonna die. It's not. Oh, Nina's not gonna die. Okay. 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 What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Fly. Fly. Make the rollout miss. Okay. Rollout missed. Perfect. This is not gonna kill though. This won't kill. Nina dies. Nina goes down. Yep. Yep. Sorry, Nina. The fly came in clutch, though. We needed that fly. We needed that fly to stop the rollout, otherwise it just would have swept. And then... I don't want to... Just one kill from this range. I really don't know if one kills from this range. I don't want to lose my starter. Oh my gosh. This is so stressful. We Hyper Beam, hope it works. Come on. Strongest attack we got. Come on, kill the Miltank. Yes! Okay. That, we make it out. We barely make it out. Just barely. Okay. Screech? Do we take it? Let's see. What do we got? Overstun Spore? I don't think Overstun Spore now. Yeah, I think we keep our old moves. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that is... Wow. I couldn't win. I gave it everything I had. What you possess and what I lack. I'm beginning to understand what that Dragon Master said to me. Oh my gosh! Owen! 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 Oh my gosh! What did we lose? I don't even remember what we lost. We lost Nina, I know that. We lost someone else too. And it wasn't even the Flareon that I didn't even want. It was people I wanted. It was people I've had with me for a while. Judy lived, right? That's good. Nina? The Nidoqueen is dead. And people say Fly is a bad move. It saved us just then. It really didn't. It didn't matter, did it? Because either way, Nina died and Gligar. I think Nina lived another rollout if we went for Fly a turn earlier, then canceled the rollout then. Because then it would have been a weaker rollout, the second one that she got hit with. Well, would she have ever gotten hit with the... Yeah. We would have canceled... The second rollout she got hit with would have been rollout number 1, and then it would have done less damage if we had gone for a Fly. Gone for Fly a turn earlier. Maybe that would have saved her life. Dang. Dang! Okay. Nidoqueen is my 6th favorite Pokemon of all time. That hurts. That really stinks. I love Nidoqueen, man. I love that Pokemon. Thank you for your sacrifice, Nina. I haven't given up on becoming the greatest trainer. I'm going to find out why I can't win and become stronger. When I do, I will challenge you, and I'll beat you down with all my power! You keep at it until then. Okay. And with that, we're out. Indigo Plateau. The ultimate goal for trainers. Pokemon League HQ. Here we are. Heal? Heal? No. Before we heal, there's something we have to do. We have to give Nina and Shucky a proper burial. Guys, it's been fun. It's been good. It's been great. But it's time to say goodbye. Let's do Shucky first. Shucky, you weren't mine. I didn't catch you. But you're holding something, so I'll take it off of you now. I should do that first. Okay, hold on. Let's take this off of Nina. Take off the polka dot bow. No, not give. Take. There's nothing we could give Nina that will save her now, unfortunately. Take the polka dot bow. And from Shucky, we take. The storage is full. Ruining my moment. Stupid limited space bag ruining my moment. Okay. What is Professor Oak's PC? I've asked that before, I'm still curious. Deposit item. Let's deposit the Dragon Fang. We don't need Dragon Fang, do we? Miracle Seed. Brick piece. Rare chunk of brick? Yeah. I commented in the previous episode about how that is the most useless item summary of any item I've ever received in this game. A rare chunk of brick. What does that mean? It doesn't tell you to equip it to a Pokemon. It doesn't tell you to give it to a Pokemon. It doesn't tell you to use it in a location. It doesn't tell you to sell it to somebody. It's just a brick. It doesn't really give you any information at all. It's helpful to you. Revival Herb we can sell, I guess. Let's sell a Revival Herb. Where's the shop? Hello. Can I help you buy? Hyper Potions now! Okay, hold on. Before we do that. Actually, let's buy the Hyper Potions now. Yep. We're just gonna stock up. $50 Hyper Potions. Yeah, let's do it. Buy a quick 50 Hyper Potions. We'll buy 10 full restores. Is that all our money? Wow, that's all our money. Oh, I have no room in my bag to actually buy those. Okay. Let's sell them. Sell. 50 Hyper Potions, that's crazy. Strange silver colored leaf. You can put that in the item storage, I don't know what that does. As for King's Rock, we can keep. Big Mushroom, we can sell those. Yep. Then we also sell the Revival Herb. Okay. And then we go into the PC. Do we? Wait, do we? Hold on. I think we take the item off first. Yeah, let's... item... Take. Bright powder. Okay. Okay. So now we're ready for the burial, I guess. Turn on the PC. Bill's PC. Okay. So as I was saying, Shucky, you weren't mine. I got you from another trainer. I didn't catch you myself. But regardless, you were an integral member of the team. I guess history repeats itself, and we just can't get a Haunter through the Pokemon League. They always die before the champion's beaten, so the cycle continues. Like Alice before you, you die slightly, ever so slightly too soon. But you will be missed, Shucky. Thank you for your service. 07s. Then, we have Nina. I've already said it. This is one of my favorite Pokemon. Definitely in my top 10. I say 6 usually. Number 6, my 6th favorite Pokemon ever. Nidoqueen, the first strong Pokemon card. Strong being subjective, of course, but comparatively to all the other things I got before it, it was strong. And I played Pokemon cards before I played Pokemon games. This thing, my history with this thing goes back for a very long time, so I love Nidoqueen. And now, it's been great having a Nidoqueen for a run, but sadly Nina, the Nidoqueen, will not see it through all the way to the end. Goodbye, Nina. 07s to you as well. You've done good work. For so long, you've done good work. Thank you. Flareon, you stay. Okay. So now we heal up. With our team looking very empty. Much emptier than usual. Judy and Geraldine hung on. Juan's still here. And we got our new recruit of Jean as well. We have a lot of rebuilding to do. We are down 2 Pokemon. And one of the Pokemon we have is unfit to fight because of its level. So that's a lot of grinding that I need to do off camera. But you better bet you will see the grinding montage before the Pokemon League. So let's see what I'm grinding up. We got Ted, we got Jen, we got our shiny Arcanine Francisco. We got Holly. We got Larry, level 21. Do we want to bring the Lugia? Shall we? I don't think Scott's dead. Stacy, I don't think has ever been brought out of the box. I know these two are dead. No, wait. This guy... Yeah. I know you're dead. And you're dead. I don't know about you. Henrietta's there. Quincy's dead, Shucky's dead, Nina's dead. Okay. So what do we have to work with? We could throw Kenya back on the team. That's a possibility. What does Kenya learn? Because Kenya's got good stats. Crobat's not bad. But what does it learn in this gen? Stat-wise, it's not bad, but what are we looking at in terms of movesets? Gen 2. It gets wing attack at 30. And that's about it. We already got bite at 12. Yeah, the strongest move gets swing attack, which is not ideal. But also it's a fully evolved Pokemon. So I know that as I train it up, it's not going to suddenly evolve into a Gligar, you know? Because that's been known to happen. Stacy? Stacy is not the best Mon in the world. Ariados is not the best, but it is fully evolved again, so I know it won't suddenly evolve into a Gligar. A Hoppip, then a Hoppip, then a Totodile, then a Gligar. So we have... Okay. I'm thinking I'm between Stacy... Obviously, we don't want things to evolve into Gligars, so I think... on a Pokemon that evolve, I think are off the table. Bayleaf, a Megadium would be great, but it's not going to evolve into a Megadium. It's going to evolve into a Gligar, probably, so... Not Ted. Not Jennifer. Most certainly not Jennifer. I'm not training up a Igglybuff, even if it evolves into something great. Holly is okay. Gabriella obviously is a no. That's not fully evolved. And I wonder who has the EXP share. I wonder if anyone has the EXP share, or if I just suddenly like threw it out for some reason. Maybe it's in the item storage. I really like Ariados though. Ariados is not good, but I like it. I like that Pokemon. Is Scott alive? But Scott will evolve. Is Stacy? Should I do Stacy and... Hold on. Stacy and Holly. Or Holly's a Jinx. Stacy and Holly, or Stacy and Kenya. Or, what's behind door number 3, Larry? I kinda wanna save the Lugia, though. Also, Lugia's, like, hard to train up. So if I'm gonna train up a Lugia, I'd rather it be, like, the only thing on the team I'm training. Because it's a legendary, it gains XP slowly. It levels up slowly. So I think, honestly, we take Kenya back. See what we can do with Kenya. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. Stacy's not good, but I like Ariados. And at least it's a Pokemon that we know is not going to evolve into a Gligar. And it's going to be easy to train, too. It's a bug type. Bug types gain XP pretty quickly, from my experience. In my experience. Kenya? Yeah, we'll take Kenya. Kenya, it's been a while, but after we lost, some good members of the team, you're back. We swapped you out for... Shucky. And now, Shucky's dead, so... You're tagged back in, my friend. What are we looking at in terms of Ariados' abilities here? I just want to get an idea of what we're looking at stat-wise and move-wise. My Pokemon database here is taking forever to load. Go. Go. Move. Okay. Crobat is base 535. That is very high stats. Okay. How does that compare to a starter? I'm not very good with my stats. I don't know what's impressive. How does that compare with like a final evolution starter? Crobat's 535. Greninja, for comparison, I typed in Greninja because I just like Greninja, is 530. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's very good. Crobat is very good. Very good stat-wise. Move-wise, unfortunate that it's only learning Wing Attack as a better move than it has now, but, better attacking move, but... Wing Attack coming from 535, base stats, I think I can handle. Especially because wing attack coming from a freaking Pidgeotto, which is definitely not 535 base stats, was doing work already. So let's look at Ariados. I don't expect to be impressed because it's a bug type. 400 base stats. Compare that to, let's say, Gligar. Gligar's 430. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Ooh. Ooh. I like Ariados, but that is not... This is gonna be a challenge, this Pokemon League. I'll use the Ariados, but, this is gonna be tricky. Because Gligar is already bad enough as it is. That is 30 base stats below Gligar. Yikes. Well, we work with what we got, right? So, I'll see you guys in the next episode where what I got is going into the Pokemon League, and we'll see what happens then. This is Alex Espion, signing off.